Well, for Canelo Alvarez, he has to deal with the speed of Austin Trout, his superior boxing skills, and Trout, in my opinion, the biggest thing he has to deal with is the crowd, 33,000 people at the Alamo Dome. Basically, anybody not named Trout is going to be very likely cheering for Alvarez. I think he's going to expose a lot of Alvarez's weaknesses. So in the end, I like Austin Trout to win that fight by decision. And I think that it could be a long and difficult night for Alvarez trying to pressure Trout.
Canelo Alvarez is a young fighter, and he's been aggressive, and he's got some pop. And I think that he needs to do the same thing if he wants to beat Austin Trout. He needs to dictate the fight. He needs to put himself in position to land some power shots and try to wear down Austin Trout, even though Austin Trout has shown that, he's tough to wear down. As far as Austin Trout goes, I think Austin Trout needs to fight what I call a complete fight. That is, I think he needs to do a lot of everything. He has shown that he's able to jab. He's shown that he's got some power. He's shown that he's got some footwork. All things I think he's going to need to incorporate if he wants to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. I'm predicting Austin Trout to win the fight. I don't know if he'll win by knockout or decision, but I'm predicting Austin Trout to win in a very exciting fight.
This is the biggest fight of Canelo Alvarez's career. It's the biggest challenge for him so far, by far. And what he's going to have to do to win this fight is he's going to have to slow down Austin Trout. He's going to have to slow him down. He's going to have to cut off the ring. He's going to have to bang to his body to get him to stop moving. Otherwise, this is not a fight that Canelo Alvarez can win, because Austin Trout is much quicker than him, much more athletic, and a better overall boxer than him. For Austin Trout to win this fight, he's going to have to do very similar to what he did against Miguel Cotto, and that's, pick his spots to stand and trade with Canelo Alvarez to make sure that Canelo Alvarez respects him, but also be smart enough to turn him when he needs to turn him, to jab when he needs to jab, and I think he'll be able to do that pretty effectively in the fight. Despite Austin Trout's advantages in athleticism and speed and skill, I still like Canelo Alvarez to win a split decision in what will be a very, very close fight.
The key for Austin Trout this Saturday night is very simple. Understand where you are. San Antonio, Texas may be neutral territory in theory, but in reality, the majority of fans that will be there at the Alamo Dome are there to see the Mexican star. Austin Trout has to do several things to win this fight. Number one, enforce his southpaw advantage. Pump that right jab, move it to the right, and be the quintessential left-hander. Give him angles, give him movement, but also understand one thing. In this particular fight, Austin Trout is the bigger junior middleweight. I think he has to move his hands, be the more fluid guy as it relates to combination punching, and he can win this fight. Saul Alvarez is the shorter guy. And one thing that he has to do is get inside and then take away the legs of Austin Trout, who's probably going to be able to employ some lateral movement. Go to the body, take away the legs, and also punch in bunches, because he's probably not going to be able to sharpshoot Austin Trout. This should be a very competitive fight, but it says here the slick boxing ability will carry the day for Austin Trout.
For unbeaten southpaw Austin Trout, I think what he needs to do is what we've seen him doing lately. Movement off the southpaw style, using the right jab, left and right, in and out. Don't get stationary. Don't back against the ropes. Don't let Canelo Alvarez get set to use those tremendously powerful combinations that have created 30 knockouts in 40 fights. Canelo Alvarez needs to jump right on top of Austin Trout from the opening bell. Trout's the kind of guy that likes to move around and he's fluid. He needs to discombobulate him, and he has the power to do it. But sometimes Canelo takes a little bit of time to get going. He needs to apply pressure from the beginning, working the body, working the head, throwing these tremendously powerful combinations that have led him the 30 knockouts in the 40 fights. At the end of the day, I think Canelo Alvarez will prove why he, in my opinion, might be the first guy to beat Floyd Mayweather. I think that he will break down and stop Austin Trout somewhere 8, 9, 10 rounds.